Today on Look What Just Found, we're going to do a roll or two from my bank of customer submitted penny rolls. We're definitely going to do one, possibly two. Yesterday I did a roll and we found this absolutely stunning 1960 penny in absolutely stunning condition. It's a keeper. It's a nice reminder that, coin roll hunting really is a hobby that can be fun and that you could find certain things of value, add to your collection, and have fun at the same time. Let's see, which side are we going to open? This side. So from the bank that I went to, that I got like $40 in penny rolls, which would be about 80 rolls. Stood up straight. A lot of zinc in this one, I can see. There were 3 types of wrappers, and I decided today to use the 2 wrappers that were different than the one we found, the penny I just showed you on. So, that's one of the ways that I like to keep it kind of a little bit fun. Is I'll look at things like that, the type of wrappers that come from the bank, right? And I'll kind of make a mental note of which ones have like more copper, which ones did I find anything significant in. Now, is it the same? Is it the same person who keeps bringing in the rolls? Well, that's a different story. One of them that I showed, I think it already aired, was I'll put that to the side. That's a nice beat up one. Actually had the restaurant's phone number on it. So I was able to, I put the phone number into Google and it came up. And that it was a local restaurant. So they were bringing in their pennies, right? How cool is that? I see that. Those little lines up there. We're going to have to take a little closer look at that. I think it's just, I don't know what it is actually. It's probably from the hub, I'm assuming. I just want to make sure there's no, make sure there's no die clash, No, I don't think so. So that was a good indicator to me that the rolls with the phone number from the restaurant were not searched through. And that this is something, that some customers are going into the bank, into the restaurant. And that's the change, that they're giving, that people are still carrying around pennies with them. I see you see the 2009 right there? You see the 2009? People are still using pennies at restaurants. That's how crazy is that, right? Now, so the restaurant was still in operation. Most of the businesses in this area closed down. But this little hole in the wall is still open, and I guess local people go in there and they give, if they have pennies, they give them pennies. And they must be getting a lot of pennies to be bringing rolls of pennies to the bank, Now, could it have been from years and years and years? Let me just look at this real quick. See, to me, that's not a wide AM. They're not touching, but I mean, yeah, we could just look at a different penny. I don't know if we could look at a different penny. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, it's not the same. It's a shield. Here's a 2018, also a shield. If I find, but I'll put it to the side and watch. When we find another similar one, when we find one, well, that's 100% a close AM, right? Because they're touching. 95. And you can see it from a mile away that it's the close AM. Now, close AM, because they're practically touching right now. But you're going to notice when we find a wide AM that it's wide. It's not just not touching, I'm saying. Oh, this is the 2009. That's nice. I keep all of those. I don't find many 2009s from this bank, and I don't find too many 2023s. So I'm going to keep going through this until we find the wide AM, which I want to say it's in the 90s. The 90s ones have the wide AM. And those are the ones that the close AM. Yeah, that's a wide AM. Okay, so this is a good example. That's a wide AM. That's wide. This is a not touching AM, But if you want to look at what a wide AM looks like, where's it at? No, they're two different years. But I'm just doing it as an example. Yeah, so you can see the strike is different. The letters are different. Look at that penny real quick. Yeah, so a wide AM is really wide. Like there's a significant space between the A and the M. This one is, they're not touching. Let me look at it under the loop. Sometimes under the loop, it looks different than it does in the camera. The only thing I could say about this is that they are definitely the space is really the space between them is paper thin. So if it was called the not touching AM, then I would say yeah. You see, like most of them touch. But I'm pretty sure the wide AM they're looking for that it's wide. It looks like the other years where there's a space. I mean, I could look it up, but I've seen it before. I've looked it up before. Here's another 2009. Found two of them, both in beautiful condition. First year shield. So that was an interesting set of a few years, right? You had your Lincoln Memorials, 2008. And then you had your Lincoln. I'm not sure what those pennies are called. You can put it in the comments below if you know. I'm going to call it the historical Lincoln cents. Right? There's the four different variations of the 2009. That. Oh, here goes another 2009. That's three of them. Wow, this one would almost be like, I'm telling you. I mean, it's dirty and everything, but this must have been like uncirculated at some point. So we found one of these, I think, already, right? 1809. Right? I'm looking at the other one. Yeah, we found one. That's three. That's pretty cool. There's another one. The next one's a 2009 also. Not one. Huh. I was gonna say no. I was looking at this. It's funny, right? Let me pull out my. You got to keep the scale handy, especially for the 83s, because I'm looking at this. I'm going, oh wow, is this our first copper? And then it's an 83. So not typically, excuse me, but the one that I find the most, or I found a couple of, are the overweight out of tolerance. Oh wow! So this is the third variation we found, right? Mm-hmm. That's so cool. Now all we have to do is find the fourth. Look at that space on the bottom, huh? Talk about, is that normal? 2002. I don't know. Let's grab it. Let's just grab a different one. No, I guess it looked a little bit higher. Yeah, cameo looked a little higher. Guess not. 96. And there's another one, another 2009 coming up. You know, so are they valuable? Not really. I mean, the 2009s, I mean, all coins in mint state condition are valuable, you know, so that goes without saying. Most significant errors that are that are visual with the naked eye, like, you know, a double die, off-centered, you know, things that you just go, wow, you see it and you notice that there's an error. Those are the pennies, the coins that have extra value, of which we have not found today. Here's an, oh, so there's more than one. Oh, this is a D. Were any of the other ones Denver? That's the third one of these we found. Oh, so they made them in I didn't know. I don't know. I just didn't know. I didn't realize. Wow, super duper shiny. Except for that milk spot stain that's there. Wow, look at that. So beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Not one copper. Now, 92, 92, 92. Now, this is a wide AM, okay? Just to show you. If memory serves me, that's what a wide AM looks like. So on the 92, I believe you're looking for the close AM, which this is not, I believe. I should have the mat up. Yeah, the 92, you're looking for the close AM, which that is not. Now, if the other one, if the 98, 99, 2000 has a space like that, then that would be considered a wide AM. And so the 92, I think there might be another year. I don't know what the other year is. Someone left it in the comments. Oh, that's a nice, you see that hub? That's a nice tilted hub right there. Does it give it value? Maybe it might. I mean, that's pretty tilted there. Either the hub when it's struck is tilted, or the die has gotten so worn out that on one side, you know, it's worn and it's given. You know what I mean? Or it hit. Remember, zinc is like marshmallow inside. You know what I mean? So maybe it just hit it really hard and it squashed it. You know what I'm saying? To create. So there's a few different reasons. I will. Oh, we got more. We got more 2009. I wish we'd find the fourth variation. And I know that I think I'm gonna look it up real quick since we got a bunch of these. I think there's an error variation. What's that? 2009 penny error. Let me see real quick. Since we only because we got a bunch of them, you know. All right, give me a second while I do this. Okay, so we got 2009, Lincoln, penny era. Which one? I wish I knew. What? Oh, okay. It's the so this is the early childhood. Die. So there's a die break somewhere. Well, that's obvious. That's pretty easy to see. But let me put So this is where I guess he lived, right, as a kid. I don't know if they would call it cabin or what. Yeah, and you can get BUs for $1.89 shipped. Yeah, so it's the double die on the that's the one that I think I remember seeing. Well, let's look at it real quick. 'Cause that was a pretty good example. Oh, you got one right there. Okay. And the double die that they say, from what I see, is in the where the logs meet. Ah, man, I mean, they're really pointing to something so tiny. There's so much detail there, you know? Yeah, you see, like, I don't know, like you see the one on the bottom there, the bottom log, only because we got so many of them. This one, figures, this one has I love that when that happens. Oh, here goes, this is one of the last pennies in the roll there, 2019, for that roll. All right, well, we'll keep an eye out. It doesn't look like, it looks like if there's we found a lot of 2009s. That was crazy. All right, so we'll do the other roll. See, this one has the V. So this is from that person who somebody marks their rolls. But that's one of the rolls that we found that 1960 in. So I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. And this one will have copper, you see, from a different person. It's from a different person. And again, to me, that's what makes it interesting. I don't know if you agree or not. That's what makes it interesting. How come one person has no copper in it? Right? To me, that's searched. To me, that's I don't even how is that even possible to have zero copper in a I mean, let me know in the comments below. Have you I mean outside and I'm not talking about the federal, the ones that come in the box from the Federal Reserve, the mint, the ones that are, that because you're not they don't put copper in those anymore. So I'm not talking about those. Now, you see that in his head? What's that? That's his eye? Hold on a second. Let me look at that. No, that's not. That's behind his. Let me see. I have to find another. What year is that? 95. All right, picked up a 92. So he does. He does have an indentation for his brow. I mean, it's not a 95. Let me see if this one's a 95. This is a 94. So there is like an indentation there. You see that in his temple and behind his eye. Man, but look at. I mean, that's really really deep. It doesn't. It won't give it any value. If it was a strike through and it had a really nice defined shape, maybe. Not one copper yet. So far, 2 rolls. I'm telling you, soon, no copper. I mean, when I say soon, I mean maybe in a couple of years or whatever, you know, maybe 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Wow, this is a beauty. This almost looks like a proof. Almost. Except for those lines it got there. Yeah, I'll hold on to that for a short. $95. Oh, here goes another $95. Oh. I already put it away, but I like to find it again. Is this it? No, it's 96. Is this it? No, forget it. I screwed it up already. 97. No, forget it. But it was a 95. I didn't think I was going to find another 95, but you can see like it doesn't have that such an impression like the other one did. And again, why does it have it? It's, who knows? But it really, in my opinion, 84. I'll weigh this one. That is so goldish looking. $254. Does have a nice color to it though. Still not one copper. I'm telling you, man. They are. I know there's a copper in here somewhere. Oh, an 82. That's an 82 zinc. I weigh it. I have the scale right there. That's a zinc. That should be 2.5. It's 2.8, 2.47. It's a zinc. I tried to figure out the other day what the mintage is. I guess you know where. You know what? I just realized something. I'm such a dope. You know where the mintage is? I couldn't find it online. It's in the book. It's in the book. We're still only looking for one. Oh no. Oh man, look at, holy snap. I didn't know that. The 82 doesn't show mintage. And of course, the one that says D zinc large date. No, it's the D zinc. I put them in the wrong place, right? Let me go check that real quick. I'm pretty sure it's the wrong one. Has to be. All right, no. That's the zinc. Let me check something out here. Let me wait it because I have it in the wrong. It looks like I have it in the wrong place. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but that's what I do. If you're here, it's because you know I get sidetracked. Okay, so this one, I'm picking it up. You know, look what happens to the scale when you pick it up. It's the zinc, right? So the one that's valuable is the well, first of all, this is a great example of an 82 small date Denver zinc. It's in really, really beautiful condition. So this is in the book. I had it in the wrong. I think I had it in the wrong place, right? No, I had it in the right place. I did have it in the right place. Okay, so I'll put that back in. The 82D zinc large date. Okay, so that's where the mistake is. I know I'm doing it off camera. Sorry about that. But there's not enough space on my desk to move everything around. So this is an 82D large date, right? It looks like it might even be could be a repunch error. So this I had in the wrong place. So I'm going to put that into the Oh my God. That's copper. Oh, copper large date. That's correct. That's correct. That's zinc small date. So what are we looking for? Okay. 82D. That's the 82 copper small date, but that's the Philadelphia. 82. So it's the Denver. Where's the Denver? I'm looking for it here. Oh, it's not on the book. That's the Denver zinc large date, which I have a bunch of those. Here, let me move this over so we can do this together. We're only missing for the coppers. We're only missing two, right? We're missing the 1970S, and we're missing. It should be the one we're missing. Should be the It should be the 1982 Denver small date. 1982 Denver zinc large date. 1982 Denver large date. Where's the 1982 Denver copper small date? Oh, so it's not even here. 1982 copper small date. 1982 copper large date. And that's it. Okay, so there is no, in the book, they don't even put the 1982 Denver copper small date, right? Zinc small date, zinc large date, and that's it. Okay, so I have this one. So I will be able to fill up the book. I didn't realize it. And the only one we're missing in copper would be the 1970S. And then I got to do the zincs, which that shouldn't be too difficult. And this one, I have no idea. If you know what that one is, let me know. I have no idea. And I'm going to assume it's going to stay empty, or I'll put something else in it. So why did I go through all that for? At this very second, I have no idea. It has to do with this penny, I guess, in front of us, which is the 82 Philadelphia zinc. Oh, I want to know. I want to know what the mintage was, and we still don't know. We still don't know what it is. But this is an 82 zinc large date. I don't even keep them anymore, to be honest with you. I got so many of them. I didn't realize how. Well, it doesn't tell you the mintage. Oh, I think now this is copper. Feels like copper. 72 copper. That's a beauty. Is it AU? Nah, I put that to the fine rolls. Maybe I will do a short on this just to talk about that point that I cannot find what the mintage is. I looked the other day and it was so complicated. If you know put the website name in the comments below if you found a website that shows the mintage of all the 1982 variations, whatever they're called. Another copper, so a second copper. So usually, like I said, the other close AM, it's it's barely not touching. Oh, the reverse here is off a little bit, not too much. Come on, baby. Now that is a wide AM. If this was a 2000, well, I know it says that you're looking for it in the what's that above the O? Oh, let me zoom in a bit. I keep trying to push it closer. So there's a bunch of stuff going on here. But that's a wide AM. If this was a one of them that calls for it, you'd be in good shape. So the 1990 must come wide AM. That's the that's from the hub. It's not really doubling. It's more like damage, really. But above the F though, that looked interesting. Let me look at that under the loop. Nope, it's dirt. And what I'll do is, as long as I have the loop out anyway, I'll look over the whole penny with the loop, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. There's another 2,000. Now, if this penny had the A and M the way that one the 1990 did, we'd be in the money, but it doesn't. Yeah. Now, the one we found before, they were barely not touching. I don't know. Some people would probably try to say that's a wide AM, but watch. I'll show you what a wide AM looks like. A 2,000 wide AM looks like. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a 99. But that's I mean, he says it's a 99, right? Obviously when you get it, if it's not, then you're going to send it back. But let's assume it's on the up and up. That's a wide AM for the 99, the 98, 99, and 2000. That's wide. It looks like it looks wide. It looks like the way some of the other cents look that have space between the A and M. So the one that we found before, even though they weren't touching, it was really barely, and that's not what the wide AM is. I'm saying the wide AM is a space, a real legit space between the two. I'll weigh this one. It's a little dirty. Even with the dirt, still only 2.53. That's what I'm saying. Even a dirty penny isn't really going to, if something's out of tolerance, it's because it's really, now when it's because of the planchette thick. Typically, my understanding, overweight, underweight, out of tolerance pennies is because of, there's another 2,000. We got a bunch of them today, huh? It's because of the planchette thickness. That's my understanding. At least that's one of the reasons. I don't know if that's the only reason. That's one of the reasons. Right? See, that's the 94 has a close AM. If it was a 92, we'd be in the money. Right? Yes. Yes. I believe that's the case. There's nothing for 94, right? No, just the reverse error. The reverse double die. It goes in 1990. That's a wide AM. So the mat does not show, right? So for example, if you found this one with a close AM, it would probably be valuable. But the mat does not show that. You kind of have to know it, or you have to learn it, or you have to find a different mat. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the, the mat it's a nice cheat. You want to talk close AM? That's close. They're on top of each other. Let me zoom in. I mean, doesn't get any closer. What year is that? 96. Yeah. That was a 92. We'd be in the money. Literally on top of each other. Wow, that's a beauty, huh? You can see all the detail in this close AM. I'll take a closer look at that. Looks that's weird looking, right? How the letters are touching the lip of the hub indentation at the top of the right below the rim. It doesn't make it more valuable. I mean, but you have to notice those things, and you don't have to. I do. Because it's so easy just to skip. You know what I mean? Just to rush through. That is one of the things you have to be careful. 84D. Yeah, this is the one we found the other day. We found the double die was tremendous. I guess maybe I'm gonna weigh this one. Maybe for 84, they didn't do such a good job of quality control. Yeah, I mean this definitely doesn't look like it's good quality control. 2.5 on the nose. The weight's perfect. That is interesting, right? The way the letters look at the top there. There's no value in it though. 82. This should be a copper. If I'm correct, it looks like copper to me. How's it feel? I don't know. I have to weigh it. You have to weigh it to know. I mean, to me, it's copper. Yeah, 3.1 on the dot. Yeah, it's a beauty. I don't. Is it AU condition? It's really close. I'll put that as an AU. See, this one here, I put as fine. Right, and if you want to look at the difference between how I'm looking at them, right, and that's how I make the decision if I'm going to put something to one of my AU rolls that looks like that, and not even though this is that's a beautiful penny, but you know, this is what I would want to find in a BU roll or an AU roll. Excuse me, I meant AU. 1999, close AM. 1998, close AM. I think this is a copper. 98D. That's a beauty, huh? Really smooth. Those features are so smooth, right? It's just the way some of those 60s pennies came out. They just came out like that with a smooth. I don't know if it's because of the die. They just used it into oblivion, lazy, we're not going to change that die, man. Just keep, we only got a couple million more to go. Just keep doing it. Like, who cares? It's just a penny. Don't make a big deal out of it. 2002, close AM. Very, very few coppers from these two rolls. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Another one that's very close to being proof-like, especially on the reverse. That reverse is, well, both sides really. The other one we found was was this one. Was it also? Oh, they're both 2004s. We found two 2004s like this. Yeah, the first one I think is even nicer than the second one we just found. Yeah, this is the first one we found. How about the reverses? I remember I said this one was really nice. Nah, even this one, the first one was super duper. Let me look at it off camera real quick. I mean, that's how you could start to be like, yeah. I mean, they're very close, but the first one is really, really almost proof-like. I'm gonna say not quite a proof though. Just a really brilliant. Could it be uncirculated? That's possible, right? Because it has that quality. Um, that brilliant quality, right? That uncirculated pennies are known for. Right? Gotta check. You gotta check those mint marks, right? 1989 or older. You know, you gotta check for those repunch mint marks. I did a 1992. We're looking for the close AM. Now that's a wide AM. That's what a wide AM looks like. Big space. I did a video on it the other day. You can look for it up in the. So this is the last year that they did punch mint marks. This is a Philadelphia, so it doesn't have one. Well, there are a couple coppers in here. Maybe it's not searched. The first one I think had 0, right? The first row, so I think that one was searched. You see, even though they might not be touching the A and the M, it doesn't matter. We already looked at what a wide AM looks like. That looks nothing like a wide AM. Another beauty. First year shield. Second year shield. Yeah, we got a few coppers in here. A few stragglers. But this one, what's this? Wow, it's another one, huh? Look at the detail you see in this, huh? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's something. I'll put that with those two. That matter of fact, yeah, let's compare the first one that I said was nice. Now, check this out. And again, they're different years, so that could have something to do with how the planche is made. But you see on the one on the right, the 2004, you can see the lines. See, to me, whenever I see those lines, I'm like, that's not a proof. But then on the 2012, you don't see those lines. And proofs, I think, and uncirculated pennies, coins, there's just a different process for them. And I'm not sure if it's if the planche is a buff, how they're treated or what have you, but excuse me, proofs look more like this with that, or uncirculated pennies look more like this. This is, to me, this still isn't a proof, but it could be uncirculated just because of how the field looks. That's pretty cool. I'll make a short out of that later. I left the 4 coppers for the end. See, that's a wide AM. The 83 came with a close AM, then this might be a variation. And what's going on with the rim there? You see that? That's interesting. Huh. Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna weigh this. That's number one, because it is an 80. It is an 83. 2.52. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Last zinc mojo, huh? And it's funny how it's only on the rim, but you can see the letter formation. So that's the die clash. I don't know what letters they are exactly. You can look at them. And what some people do is they superimpose a transparent penny over the die clash that has the letters, and then you can see exactly what the letters are. I will definitely hold that. This one I have to put on a sticky note, because I might not see it again. You know what I mean? So see what I do. Watch. You see over here? And I'll put die clash, because if not, what'll happen is it'll get mixed up. Like, this is where I'm keeping the significant findings, right? What I'm going to do my shorts on. But if I put this in here, and you'll see it if you watch some of my video, it happened to me before. Letters. Top. It happened to me before. If you, we only got 4 more. Let me see if I can remember this topic, and we'll talk about it off camera, on camera at the end, real quick. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so we're only looking for one penny left for the copper penny for the album, and that's the 70S. And look at that, we find a 69S. Another last. Look at that. What is that? Another die clash? Look at this nonsense. Can you believe this crap? The last zinc mojo and last copper mojo? What is that? I don't know. It's cool though. What a cool. It looks like it's just like, I don't know. Well, anyway, it's the 69S. How many of those were made? Let's look. We got the book right here, so might as well check it out. 547 million. $547 million. Look at that. Okay, so we got a few things. Okay, so all right, so thank you for coming. If you're gonna stay around for the bonus features, then you can. If not, we're gonna make this. I know I didn't say it in the intro. We're gonna make this the episode 101. Excuse me, 102. 102. Episode 102. All right, and I'll see you on the next one. Still here? All right. So if you noticed, I don't have to, but I do have to. If I wanna remember, someone taught me, I did an internship for drawing when I was like 18 years old. It was the summer. And I was going to go to, I went to art college for a couple years. And it was by hand. This was before computer or anything like that. 1995, 96, something like that. No. 1989, the summer of 1989. And that's when I got out of high school. And he told me, and I remember I said something like, I'll remember. And he goes, no, write it down. Paper doesn't forget. Just one of those things I remember. So if you noticed in some of my abridged significant findings, if you watch all my videos, which is impossible, I know you can't. There's got to be about 1,400 videos now. So there's no way anybody watched all of them. If somebody watched all 1,400 videos, leave it in the comment below, because it would take you like 2 weeks. And it would be a pretty funny, especially if you went from oldest to newest. It would be pretty funny. Anyway, so it happens sometimes when I'm going through the abridged, right? Because it's on the bottom, right? I showed you the significant findings, how I separate them while I'm doing my coin row hunting. And from here, right, I press off and then I press on and I go straight into the abridged significant findings video. But I can forget what they were if it's not in apparent error. And I remember there's a couple of times this happened where I'm showing the penny and I'm going and flipping it around and I'm looking and I'm like, I don't even know why this is here. Maybe it's by accident. Probably wasn't by accident that it's there. And I saw something, and then when I'm looking at it again, I don't see it. So this penny, yeah, man. What year is it? It's a zinc, right? 83. Has I believe that's a die clash, right? Right? It's either a die clash. No, it has to be a die clash. Does it have to be a die clash? It's the letters. So I think right. So a die clash is when a penny gets somehow into between the penny and the die, and either it causes. This is my understanding, and someone's going to correct me in the comments. Oh, I know someone's going to correct me. But regardless, it's from a different coin that hits the die, and then that it creates a image on the die, and then when the die hits the, but that can't be what this is because it's a. Oh yeah, it can be. I don't know. I have to be honest with you. This stuff is confusing. All I know is that is the letters from the top of a penny rotated, and it's either on the die or the die hit another penny on top of this penny. It's one of those two things. Either the image is on the die that transferred it to the penny, or the die hit a penny that hit a penny, or a coin that hit a coin, whatever you want to call it. And that's what we see here on the top. And it's very clear. So what I've seen someone else do before, and they ended the I was watching a an auction. I was watching a coin, and the person had a superimposed. So I have to put it back over there now. I'll forget it because it's so hard to see if you're not looking at it with magnification. And they had the coin superimposed over the other coin, so you could see the letters from this where from the die clash, and it was super cool. And I was watching it, and they ended. They had no bids, and they ended the. Oh, that was smart of them to do that. I would have got that for $2, that would have been tremendous. They ended it though because nobody was bidding on it. So that's what that is. That's a pretty significant. Is it worth something? Yeah, it's worth a couple bucks. Is it worth $10? I don't know. I have to do the research. You have to know what the best way to know what something is worth from is from previous sales. That's, and of course an auction previous sale is the best indicator. Though you could look at buy it nows too, but that could be BS. You got to be careful with that. Okay, so thank you. God bless. And I'll see you in episode 103.